just another thirsty Thursday. But only one more day till Friday. And that's only one day from Saturday. And Saturday is better than Sunday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. Thursday. Whoa, Thursday is the day that we take for granted. Because we know our Friday plans could be slanted. But today's only 2 days from the weekend. And only 36 hours from hanging with our friends. Something tells me this day will go fine. And for dinner I think I'll have a glass of wine. Cause it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. Thursday. Over the hump day. Thursday, the end is inside day, Thursday. It could be worse day. Oh, it's Thursday. That Randy Hughes and Joe Kachiever is brewing some more beer at the brewery for the weekend today. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday.
Yes, the Thursday song from our good friend Adam Palm mentioning Randy Hughes, who's celebrating his birthday today.
Oh, birthday boy in November.
Our very good friend Randy Hughes, former City Brewery brewmaster, celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Randy Hughes. Good buddy, friend of the show. Thursday song done, out of the way. We got somebody else's effing song coming up in just a bit. You can request your effing songs on our website for your chance to not only hear it, but win some freebies from Nikki Paisley. Flying hack.
I'll take it.
You're flying?
I am.
2 days.
I know.
48 hours?
Okay, stop.
What time does the actual flight leave?
11:30.
On Saturday morning?
Yes.
From La Crosse to Chicago?
Correct.
All right, so you got...
I got a lot to do in a little bit of time here.
53 hours?
Something like that.
All right. I'll give you a flying hack or two.
Okay. I'll take it.
A bit later on. Bad news, happy music, daily check-ins. Office Cora going to join us, talk about what's happening in the 715 this weekend.
And we might see the sun for a little bit today.
Yeah, it looks like it's in the forecast. Going to be in the mid-50s in La Crosse with some sunshine in the forecast. Looks like near 60 tomorrow with some clouds and then showers moving in this weekend. Got Kid Rock on the way. And, of course, if you need something, rockmornings.com is the website. Find all our contact info there.
More of your Rock Mornings coming up in just a bit.
The light of America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up and as long as we keep fighting. I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
Kamala making it official yesterday. Vice President, Democratic nominee for the election of the President of the United States, delivering a speech at her alma mater, Howard University in D.C., confirming Trump's victory. Also apparently called him and conceded over the phone, congratulated.
I heard about that, yeah.
She said, to the young people who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it is going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win. But here's the thing, sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up. But yeah, Kamala officially conceding. Trump getting ready to take office in January. I see there's been some news stories. I don't know if there are any real credibility to them, but people are saying that Biden should step aside and let her become the president for the last couple of months.
Okay, just
like, what?
settle down.
Yeah. Sad news out of Chippewa Falls.
Oh my gosh. Shocking. Maybe not.
It's sad, but it's not as bad as it could be, I guess. Because it sounds like the lodge is still going to be open, so you can still go buy merch, drink beers, all that stuff. But the brewing aspect of it apparently is going to be moving back to Milwaukee or to Milwaukee. Molson Coors announcing plans to close the Leinenkugel's Brewery in Chippewa Falls, ending a more than century-and-a-half tradition of brewing in northwestern Wisconsin. Molson Coors Chief Supply Chain Officer Brian Earhart releasing a statement regarding the planned closure of the Chippewa Falls Brewery. He said, quote, following the end of a large contract brewing agreement and amid an ongoing canning line investment project at our Milwaukee brewery, we made the decision to close two of our smaller brewing operations in Wisconsin and centralize statewide production at our main site in Milwaukee. While never easy, these choices are made with much thought and consideration to position Molson Coors for success in Wisconsin and beyond.
Well, there is no doubt that there will be jobs affected by that negatively, for sure. Yeah. I mean, no numbers given exactly on how many people will be affected by that closure, but you can say that it was,
I think Leinenkugel's is like the fifth oldest brewery in the U.S., not in Wisconsin, but in the United States of America. So to see the brewery part itself, which, much like City Brewery here in La Crosse,
was contract
all
anyway,
but it still sucks.
It's heritage, and it was a shock heard through the valley yesterday for sure.
Somebody, Kevin Hager of Chippewa Falls Restaurant said, quote, devastating.
Yes.
I've known workers there that I've graduated high school with them before and after, and they've been there for 30 years. What are they going to do?
Yep, exactly.
I mean, they're close to 60 years old. How are they going to find another job? Yeah, I did read an article that said that the Leinie Lodge itself was still going to stay open. But the brewery part where they brew the beer, where the tour is and all that stuff, apparently. And I'm guessing those buildings and everything will remain, and maybe they'll still do tours. I don't know. I mean, they're not going to be actively brewing any beer, so.
Well, and
you wonder if they're going to take all the stuff out of that and sell it off, or what they're going to do.
People have been on the line there for 25, 30 years. What are they going to do? So, yeah, that was shocking to me.
Sad. Saw that news come across the internet yesterday, and just kind of sad news to see that. I've been there several times and love that place, love the beers. Always had a good time there, taking the tours. Almost every time we go, we take the tours.
Rich history and
tons of rich
160
history.
years.
The jury in the Adam Fravel murder trial of Winona's Madeline Kingsbury got the case following the closing arguments, which occurred yesterday. They wrapped up on Friday, I believe, but then they decided to wait until after the election was over to get people kind of through the election and then get back to reality.
They took a pause there for a minute.
Fravel, accused of killing his ex-girlfriend Madeline Kingsbury in early 2023 and hiding her remains in the Fillmore County. The trial, which of course moved to Mankato because of the publicity around Winona, lasted about 3 weeks. He didn't take the stand. Kingsbury was reported missing in April of last year. Her family and community members conducting searches and vigils before her body was eventually found in June of 2023. The defense in the trial suggested that prosecutors have focused too much on Fravel as a potential suspect as opposed to looking for someone else. But the jury now has the closing arguments and is going to get to work on figuring out what to do there.
Those jurors have their work cut out for them.
Oof, yeah. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene again. Going to be in the mid-50s in La Crosse with some sunshine today.
I believe it's winter drink day today at the Starbucks. The winter menu's out, I believe. The peppermint mochas. Move over, pumpkin spice. It's time for peppermint mocha.
Well, it is International Stout Day.
Okay.
Which
is creamy and delicious.
I'm not ready to give up Oktoberfest beers yet. I'll be honest with you. I still got a whole bunch of them in my house. I loaded up a couple of weeks ago. But seeing that it is International Stout Day, maybe this afternoon or this evening I'll sit back and relax with a delicious stout. It's also National Cancer Awareness Day. So We'll get to sports in a bit. Right now, funeral portraits, Suffolk City.
Rock Mornings. On air, online, on the app.
As On would say, ba with the ding-a-dang-a-ding-dong.
Yeah, that's Kid.
Stone Cold Pimp of the Nation, Kid Rock. Week 10 in the NFL kicking off tonight with the Bengals at the Ravens, 7:15 on Prime. Packers, of course, on the bye week. Bears host the Patriots at noon. Lions are in Houston on Sunday Night Football. Bucs are at home tonight against the Utah Jazz, trying to right the ship. They won their first game, and now they've lost their last 6. They're 1-6 in the season.
They are.
And trying to, again, figure things out and get a win here and get on a roll. 7 o'clock, by the way, the tip-off for that one. Badgers, the men's basketball team, hosting Montana State at 7 o'clock tonight on the Big Ten Network Plus. I didn't realize the Big Ten Network had a plus.
I didn't either.
St. Louis Blues forward Dylan Holloway back at practice yesterday.
Is this the...
Appears to have escaped serious injury a day after he was struck in the neck by a puck and left the ice on a stretcher against the Tampa Bay Lightning. He says, I feel good today, feel way better. As soon as I got hit, I knew something was a little off, but then I saw we got a 2-on-1, so I couldn't pass up that opportunity. But as soon as I got to the bench, I was feeling a little woozy, and then I didn't really remember much from there until I was on the stretcher close to the ambulance.
Yeah, I bet. Ugh.
Yeah.
But he's going to be okay and return to the ice.
Well, hockey tough, obviously. You take a puck to the face or to the neck or whatever, and you go to the hospital, you get checked out, and then next day you're right back at practice.
Yeah.
Hockey tough, man.
Yeah.
There's something about it. It's a different degree of human. If you don't know, there's a whole different breed of human beings, and they play hockey. They're just different. We're going to have another one later on, by the way.
Okay.
During the friggin' sports. Oklahoma State football coach Mike Gundy issuing an apology on social media on Tuesday night for some comments that he made earlier in the week regarding fans expressing their negativity. The team there, Oklahoma State, in the midst of a 6-game losing streak, and, of course, fans not happy.
Yeah.
Gundy, after getting questioned about the negativity and the losing streak, said in most cases, the people that are negative and voicing their opinions are the same ones that can't pay their own bills.
Oh, jeez.
They're not taking care of themselves. They're not taking care of their own family. They're not taking care of their own job. But they have an obligation to speak out and complain about others because it makes them feel better. But then in the end, when they go to bed at night, they're the same failure that they were before they said anything negative about anybody else. Those were his comments after getting questioned about the 6-game losing streak and fans being upset and all that stuff.
That's kind of a lot.
And his apology on Twitter, of course, said, quote, I apologize to those who my comments during Monday's media call offended. My intent was not to offend any of our fans who have supported us and this program through the years. I get where he's coming. I get where he's coming from, though, right?
Sure.
You point a finger at somebody, and there's 4 more pointed back at you. One of those kind of things, right?
But you gotta.
But you can't say that.
No, and you gotta take your lickings if you're coming out with a losing streak. Like, people are gonna say stuff, and you've got to just.
The only thing you can do as a coach is say, "It's on me. I have to be a better coach.
Yeah.
I have to do better. I have to be a better person. I got to figure out,
We're gonna get there.
And thanks to our fans for supporting us.
Yes.
And I know they're frustrated, and you don't even need to mean it. You don't even need to really care about the fans. You don't need to
absolutely don't.
Just pay them lip service. That's all you got to do. But this guy,
But you can't say they all live in their mom's basement.
I think Gundy was the guy who said, I'm a man, I'm 40. Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a man, I'm 40. Come after me. Which, that was great, because he was supporting his player, right? He was putting himself in front of his player,
The line
right?
of defense. I get that. This is basically.
I'm a man, I'm 40.
You don't go after fans.
I think it was that guy. I think that was him. But yeah, you can't go after the fans. They unless the fans are throwing stuff on the field or assaulting players.
They're wrong,
right. But if they're upset because your team sucks, and they're paying their money and supporting you, and they've been coming for years and years,
now?
I mean, you can't go after them and call them losers. They might be losers. You're not wrong necessarily, but you can't do it.
No,
No.
I agree.
Especially when you're getting paid millions and millions of dollars to be the coach.
Well, it's your job.
Right. Your job is to stand up there and take all the negativity.
Yes.
Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Going to play someone's effing song here in just a couple of minutes, so stick around for that.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. That, of course, the Hammer of the Gods, Led Zeppelin.
Heard of them.
Immigrant song. That is for Thomas and Stoddard. That's his effing song. So, Thomas, hopefully you got to hear it. And if you didn't, then sorry. But at least you get to enjoy that $25 downtown Main Street gift card courtesy of Nikki Paisley.
Do a little holiday shopping.
Request your effing songs on the website. Thursday Night Football tonight, as I mentioned earlier, Bengals and Ravens on Prime. Over on Hallmark.
Tell me what Christmas classic is going to be on tonight.
5 gold rings.
That's the number? That's the name of it?
That's the name of the movie. 5 gold rings.
Okay.
Holland Roden from Teen Wolf receives a package from her dead grandmother asking her to return 5 items to their rightful owners before Christmas. They are not waiting around this year. They're actively pursuing Christmas.
Absolutely.
5 gold rings over on Hallmark. On the CW, you've got Scrabble, followed by Trivial Pursuit, couple of game shows. Over on Amazon, along with Thursday Night Football, My Old Ass.
My Old Ass?
This is like a Freaky Friday kind of thing.
Switcheroo? The old switcheroo?
Coming-of-age comedy starring Maisie Stella from Nashville as a girl who comes face-to-face with an older version of herself, played by Aubrey Plaza, after a wild mushroom trip on her 18th birthday. So there's that. Also on television tonight, 9/11, 911, Law & Order, Matlock, Dr. Odyssey, Law & Order SVU, Elsbeth Found, and Grey's Anatomy. Saoirse Ronan going to be on with Jimmy Fallon. So's Carmelo Anthony and David Gilmour. Jimmy Kimmel's got John David Washington and Don Johnson. Stephen Colbert's talking to Paul Bettany, Mike Birbiglia, and Robert Zemeckis, the director, film director. Going to be on there. That movie with Tom Hanks. Ooh, that bombed.
Here, right? There? Here?
Here, yeah. The one in the living room.
Yeah.
Ooh, it bombed bad.
Did it really?
Oh, yeah. Real bad. Real bad. It doesn't look good. I don't get it. It's stupid. It's a dumb premise. Nobody likes that stuff.
Well, it was...
If you want to see that stuff, you go to a play.
It was, you know what I mean? Endearing, right? It was that the deal?
I don't... Nobody cares.
Then you go to the theater?
You got to get out of the living room. We got to... Yeah, no. Got to get out of the living room. Got to go for a trip to the car wash or something. Get out of the living room, bro. Can't do it.
Don't you people have to grocery shop? How do you manage? No, I get it.
Yeah, it didn't do well. As I told you, we watched a new series on Netflix called The Manhattan Alien Abduction.
Yeah. Linda got sucked out of her apartment and a bunch of people saw it, and then she got probed up her nose. Is that essentially it? Returned and then didn't know anything had happened to her?
3 episodes, I believe. The title and the visuals bring you in, but the story itself is just sort of It's really about her and the widow or ex-wife of the guy that she was talking to. So this gal Linda, who got allegedly abducted, hooks up with this guy who's investigating alien abductions and trying to write books and do TV specials and all this crap. And his wife, at first, was very supportive, and then she starts to get a little bit concerned and starts to not believe everybody. And then these two women apparently just don't like each other, and it was kind of dumb at the end. So the first episode and a half was okay, draws you in, but then the last half of it was just sort of meh.
Well, do you leave with a feeling like she really did get abducted by aliens, or maybe they're just crazy people?
I don't. The guy's doing, he's hypnotizing people and doing regressions to when they were abducted, and they're, no, don't touch me. It's and I don't believe in that stuff at all. I believe in aliens. I think they're real. How could you not, right? The universe is infinite. But in terms of hypnotizing people, I don't believe that at all. I think it's just people don't want to live in reality, and so they fall for a trick. I just can't. I can't wrap my head around hypnotism. I don't get it. I watch these things on stage where people go up there and they bark like a dog and act like a chicken until some guy says 4 or snaps his fingers. It's come on, man. Give me a break.
So what about all the people who who say they saw it too? Nobody has any photo evidence?
They don't really tell you in the story, in the series, but it sounds like New York had a blackout the night of this event. And so, like, everything goes dark. They're talking all the buildings, the bridges, all the lights go out. And then, of course, any kind of light that you see, if it's someone with a flashlight or somebody with a strobe light
Lantern on us.
Right, or anything, you're going to be like, well, what's that? And so there's...
people that saw a light.
Yes. But the people's stories all start to kind of differ a little bit. And so, anyways, now we're on to the Zodiac series on Netflix, which is about the Zodiac Killer. Mm-hmm. Just started that last night. You got stuff downloaded for your trip? You got things on a tablet or anything?
No.
Oof. You're just going to raw dog it on the plane?
I'm raw dogging it. I'm really hoping to somehow sleep on.
There must be in-flight entertainment on the long flight, right? The one to Germany.
God, I hope so. I don't know. I've never done this. I'm wondering if there's food.
Oh, there's got to be food, snacks, and beverage cart, all that. Yeah. Oh, of course.
Someone told me yesterday, and I don't know if I believe that or not. I'll have to look. I'm so ill-prepared for this trip, and that is so unlike me. We went through the list. We did all the things. The passports and the monies and the phone numbers and the quiches. And they said that there's free wine on an international trip.
Yeah, free Wi-Fi.
Wine.
Oh, wine. I don't know about that. Can you should be able to look this up. Go. You know what plane you're going to be on?
Sort of.
Yeah. Just Google it. Free wine on international flights.
I have some snacks packed, but I don't have anything.
The last thing, did you talk to your physician about mixing wine with these horse pills, these tranquilizers you're going to be taking? You got a freaking dart in your neck. Mike's going to trank you on the way up the ramp. Don't mind my wife. She's just real nervous about this flight. I had to trank her. Oh, crikey. No?
No.
All right.
No, I don't think that's happening.
Well, maybe you should look at.
I'll look.
Get a book or something,
or
get one of the crossword books. Do you do crosswords?
I have 2 books actually.
All right, but no tablet with movies on it.
But I think there should be on the plane, right?
Well,
they've got headphones.
Well, if they got Wi-Fi, you could install your Netflix on your tablet or something.
I'm hoping to sleep.
Of all the people who need something to distract them from the plane, and you're not prepared for that?
I'm not prepared for a lot. Okay.
All right. Drowning Pool coming up in just a couple minutes. Right now, it's Five Finger Death Punch.
Rock mornings, only on 95.7 The Rock.
Good Thursday morning.
What's for dinner?
Dinner?
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner?
Why would you ask me that?
Why would you ask me that now?
Now it's your turn to cook.
Because it's National Men Cook Dinner Day.
That's not a real thing.
That's not a real thing.
I'm not making this stuff up.
You can Google it. It's worth a Google.
Let's Google it.
I just Googled it. It's a real thing.
Get in the kitchen now.
You get yourself in the kitchen.
Get in the kitchen and make my dinner.
All right, let's get cooking.
Start the show.
International Stout Day, National Cancer Awareness Day, and yes, it's National Men Make Dinner Day.
Do you have a go-to, like a specialty? One thing that, like, you were to impress, you would make?
Not really. I mean, I enjoy making a good chicken marsala. Mm-hmm. It's not a common dish. But I'm really a steak and potatoes guy, so I like meat on the grill and potatoes and vegetables. I'm fine with all that. My wife seems to enjoy that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to go too far out of my way in terms of, like, doing something crazy fancy. But National Men Make Dinner Day, established to help men that have perhaps never cooked outside of a barbecue or are intimidated by a kitchen. Right? Throw something on the grill, do that. But maybe the kitchen, stovetop, maybe it intimidates you.
And those things are changing, obviously, and have been for a long time. But there is a whole generation of people, their wives pass away, and they don't know how to make anything other than a sandwich or soup.
Stovetop, yeah. Or not stovetop, but a microwave meal. Yeah. National Men Make Dinner Day. Got a text from Allie. Said some planes have movies you can watch on a small screen on the back of the seat in front of you.
Yeah.
I had trouble with listening because it sounded really weird. Don't know if the headphones were garbage or if the air pressure made it that way. I did look up, I Googled American Airlines free wine international flights.
It's not me. I didn't pay enough.
They do have it's called a little more of everything. It's main cabin extra seating starting at $20. Seats are located in the main cabin, offered on most flights, subject to availability. Sometimes it can include early boarding, extra leg room, free carry-on, complimentary snacks and drinks, free entertainment, and Wi-Fi. So I don't know what you're doing there with the flight there, but for someone who is going to struggle on the flight, you'd think you'd want to make it as comfortable for you as possible, and you'd be willing to spend a few extra bucks to make that happen.
I paid a few extra bucks to be able to, my luggage was included, so you don't pay extra if you have your suitcase. And also so I could pick my seats because I wanted to be able to sit next to my husband who had to go through his company to get his ticket. So I did pay a little bit extra, but I didn't get extra room and leg room and free cocktails, I can tell you that.
Well, enjoy paying $20 for a nip of wine.
I'm probably not going to even bother with that to tell you the truth. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Supposed to spit it out.
That's not a good idea, probably. But thank you. I appreciate it.
We got another text from someone. We were talking about Leinenkugel's, the main brewery in Chippewa Falls, closing.
Shocking to me yesterday. I didn't realize that was even a possibility. 160 years old.
Molson Coors deciding to move the brewing part of that over to their facility in Milwaukee as opposed to doing it in Chippewa Falls. Someone texted in and said the workers should pull together and start brewing their own beer and call it We the People Brewing. The people that might be out of a job might look at starting their own brewery. I don't know. I mean, again, like that one person said in the article that we read, he knows people that have been there 30 years since they got out of high school and they're in their 60s now. And what do you do when you're new to the job market?
And they didn't say anything.
And you have
about
a kind of specific like talent. You're not like, you know.
Well, that's where you've been your whole working career. I'm just like I said, they didn't say numbers of people, but you can imagine.
Find us online at rockmornings.com if you want to get in touch with us. We're going to talk to Office Cora about what's happening in the 715 this weekend. Also, not done talking flying. Got a hack for you.
Good.
Might want to try this.
All right.
See? Also going to get to music in a bit from Shinedown, so stick around.
Rock Mornings, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9.
Shinedown with Monsters on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. I still have yet to play pickleball.
Me as well.
Your kids into it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe at some point. I'd rather just shoot hoops.
I don't know that she's ever played inside, though, now that it's becoming cold and, rainy and stuff. Most of her experiences have been on the outdoor pickleball courts.
Well, they say that you're never too young or too old to play pickleball.
That's true.
And that is true in this case. 95-year-old pickleball addict. How old's your mom? 96. All right. Well, maybe 95 is the cutoff. Maybe next year this lady will end up in the old folks home.
Like,
she's 95 years old and she loves playing pickleball.
Addict. She plays it all the time?
Yeah. Her name is Lois White. She lives in Kansas. She refuses to slow down even as she gets closer and closer to 100 years old. Her advice to younger people is to keep moving. Says, I don't sit in front of the TV very often.
I'm 95. I'll be 96 in January. We always played whatever the kids wanted to do. I played basketball, football, you name it. I know one thing, you need to keep moving. I don't sit in front of the television in the daytime.
Well, she's obviously not a Packer fan.
She does not sit in front of the... Well, you don't have to sit and watch the Packers. You can stand up and walk around.
From the stairs to the chair?
Yeah.
Like your mom?
Yeah.
Great-great-grandmother sings, dances, plays pickleball twice a week.
Amazing.
Lived a life of play, sport, love, and family. Every Tuesday and Thursday takes to the pickleball court at New Century Fieldhouse in Gardner, Kansas. Holds her own against some whippersnappers in their 50s and 60s.
I bet she does. She sounds like it. A body in motion stays in motion.
On top of this, I play cards every week.
Ah, there you go.
I picked up square dancing.
Shark.
Then I decided I wanted to play the mandolin. So I bought me some books. I do play and sing. I belong to the Pickers and Fiddlers.
What can't this lady do?
Got married to a soldier at the age of 17. 6 kids. We always did what the kids wanted to do. I played basketball, football, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I had a softball team with our daughters for years. Her husband, who passed away 30 years ago, Said you got to stay busy, got to stay active. And that's what she did. You got 6 kids, 20 grandkids, 37 great-grandkids.
Holy cow.
And now she's got 4 great-great-grandkids. A lot of her grandkids and kids tell her to take it easy. You're 95, right?
I wouldn't tell her anything. She can do whatever she wants.
Says, I know one thing. You got to keep moving.
Yep.
Keep her moving. 95-year-old
Don't
pickleball
tell Granny
addict.
what to do.
Yeah. Granny has got it figured out, I think. This kid may not have it figured out, but he's fighting the good fight. 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 open heart surgeries. 4 of them.
He's had 4 of them.
Yeah. Little boy in England going viral after he just survived his 4th open heart surgery. His parents posting a video of him an hour after he woke up, lying in his hospital bed singing Elton John's
I'm still standing.
I'm Still Standing.
I'm still standing. I'm still standing.
Little Lewis Hood left his mom, Jody, feeling extremely emotional by singing along to Elton John's I'm Still Standing. Effectively born with half a heart, has already undergone 3 open heart surgeries, the first when he was just 9 days old. And now ahead of his 4th birthday this month, went to Bristol's Children's Hospital for another heart operation, a stent put into his pulmonary artery. This kid, of course, now going viral all over the internet. He may yet be a candidate for his 4th open heart surgery. As a high-risk candidate, it was a lot more positive than we expected. The video of him an hour after coming up from recovery, he started singing it from the musical Sing on his iPad, right? How does a kid know Elton John? Well, it was in a movie that he loves.
An animated movie with animals.
Singing animals. It felt really moving. We call him our mountain mover as he loves to defy the odds. Yeah. Lewis, 4 years old, 4th open heart surgery, the first one just 9 days after he was born. Positive attitude, the whole 9 yards. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so the stars of Sing or Elton John or somebody needs to make a video call to this kid or stop by the hospital or something.
Well, if Elton John's got time to pee in a bottle in a shoe store,
he's got time to go see this.
He's got time to go say hey to this kid.
Yeah.
There you go. A little sunshine on a gray, cloudy day, maybe. Some 41 in just a bit. Also some Nirvana. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Unhappy with the election results? Ready to ditch America once and for all? Introducing Canada, home to the NBA, Major League Baseball, and even our own version of the NFL. No penalties because everyone's so polite. Canada, where you can also find syrup, snowshoes, hot cocoa, toboggans. Oh, man. Little to no eye contact. Risk aversion. Canada. Not so much a country as it is a nap with a flag.
I still can't believe people are talking about moving to Canada or somewhere else. Apparently it's a thing. Did they move last time or did they just say they were going to move?
I don't know. People move all the time.
You can't just go and move to Canada.
I'd go somewhere warmer, I think, if I was moving.
Wow. Free healthcare. Yeah, but it takes 1 million hours to get through the waiting room. That's great. It's free. Wonderful. Good luck.
More sandy, I think. More sandy beach-ish.
Well, you're going to Germany.
I am.
And their weather, I'm assuming, is very similar to ours.
Almost identical.
There's a game in Munich this Sunday, an NFL game. Did you know that?
No.
You're going to be in Munich?
No.
Or near it? Okay.
No.
All right. Well,
Frankfurt, apparently.
Just thinking it's maybe something for you guys to do.
Super cool.
You know, maybe even if you take a train and go check it out, be in the area.
I don't think we get there until because there's the whole
time change.
Yeah, I don't think we get there until Sunday night or something.
Well, Gene is going to be on a couple of planes.
I am.
Starting on Saturday, flying from La Crosse to Chicago, and then from Chicago to Charlotte, and then from Charlotte to Frankfurt.
Correct.
All right. Flying hack. It's called Check-In Chicken.
All right, tell me more about this.
This doesn't sound like you at all. So I'm just, but in the spirit of fair play, maybe you're going to try it. Maybe you'll give it a shot, right? Instead of checking in for your flight right away, you hold off until the very last minute. The thinking is that by waiting until the end, you could receive a premium seat. One with extra leg room or an aisle or window seat closer to the front without being charged extra. Many airlines charge for more specific seats, but those are also more likely to be available if the plane does not sell out. Obviously, the risk is that the flight does sell out, and then you wait to check in. Obviously, you already reserved your seat, so I don't know if this even applies to you. If the flight is overbooked, as airlines tend to do, and if you are the last to check in, it's possible that you could be bumped from the flight.
Yeah, that happens, and then they give you a bunch of travel vouchers.
That's why they call it check-in chicken. It seems like a significant risk, especially since there's no guarantee that your late check-in will even work in the first place when it comes to getting extra leg room or something a little more premium.
That's for people who don't care, right? Like, hey, we're going to Vegas. It's I got this one bag, and it doesn't matter if we actually get there today or tomorrow. Everything's fluid, and it's not
high risk, high reward option that could let you take advantage of the situation and the loophole. But for what it's worth, someone who's tried this hack says you can mitigate the risk by keeping an eye on the seat map on the airline's app and only waiting until there are premium seats left and not trying to look not trying it when it looks totally full. So, but check-in chicken, Gene. You might want to try that. No,
that's not happening.
You're gonna be so doped up. You're not gonna be able to see the app.
I'm not gonna be doped up.
Where's my phone?
I tried some the other night. It's not that much, but I am definitely going to be
doped up.
No, I'm definitely going to be not waiting till the last minute to do anything.
No.
Does that seem like me?
No, it doesn't. And like I said, you already have your seats picked out, so it's unlikely that you'll be able to move around. But so
thank you for the hacks.
What did you try? What did you try? Just one pill?
I did last night before I.
Which pill?
I don't know. The small orange one.
Okay. And are there after effects this morning after you got a good night's sleep? Did it help? Did it work? I mean, what was your mood?
It was okay. I mean, it definitely wasn't much. I took one, then watched a television show and was feeling a little sleepy towards the end of it, but we were talking an hour later, and it was 10 o'clock at night, so I don't know if I was sleepy.
I got those meds, and it takes a while. It's not instantaneous. It's not like you pop it in and then all of a sudden,
and it was, like I said, it was already 10 o'clock at night, so maybe I was just tired because it was 10 o'clock at night.
You might be better off getting high as a mofo.
That's not happening.
Smoking some joints.
And then getting paranoid? No. Oh.
No, the good stuff, not the paranoid stuff. What about some bears, some gummies?
I don't think any of that sounds like a good idea. I think I just need to keep my...
Maybe a cocktail of things.
That's it.
A couple glasses of wine. I got buddies that do that. They just do whatever they got on hand. And they get on the plane and they make it there and they're all good.
That sounds dangerous.
A couple of gummies, take a hit off a joint in the bathroom.
Yes, slam some vodka.
Prescription meds, a couple of glasses of wine.
It up. No?
Heating pad?
Now you're talking.
Massaging neck pillow?
Heating pad.
I think, you know what might work for you is if you've got Bluetooth headphones and you can drown out all the sound.
I got
so you can just kind of really hone in on the music or whatever you're listening to. I think being focused on anything except for the plane and will help you to maybe get through this ordeal.
I got earplugs, soft ones but not and I have little plug-in, wired to my phone in case there is a movie or something like that. But I think earplugs, my little pillow.
What is it? Lavender, lilac, the thing in your bedroom supposed to help you calm down, relax?
Lavender.
Some kind of, a potpourri bag?
Like a spray or something?
I don't know. You can't bring liquids on the plane. You got to bring dry stuff. So get a little potpourri, like one of those things in the bathroom. Pine cones and lilacs and crap. No?
A scent packet?
I'm telling you, man, tranquilizer dart. Just the easiest way to get through anything. Trank me, I'll wake up when I get there.
That'd be great. Is that an option?
Yeah. Just hit me in the back of the head with a nice piece of metal and knock my ass out for a couple hours. No?
Get a hold of a farmer.
Yeah. Get a dart in your dick.
Crazy, man.
Nirvana coming up in just a bit.
Rock Mornings on 95.7 The Rock.
Heart-shaped box from Nirvana on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Week 10 in the NFL kicking off tonight. Woo. Bengals at Ravens, 7:15 on Prime. No Packer game on this weekend. Packers are on the bye. Getting that rest.
It's a good idea.
Bears taking on the Patriots in Chicago on Sunday at noon. Lions in Houston to take on the Texans on Sunday Night Football. Bucks are back at it tonight in Milwaukee against the Utah Jazz. 7 p.m. tip. Trying to figure things out. They've lost 6 in a row. Badger men's basketball hosting Montana State tonight at 7 p.m. on the Big Ten Network Plus. Good news out of the world of breakdancing.
Oh, no, not her again.
Dude, she can't stop.
Is it? Well, she was being paid, basically, to say.
Now she's not going to compete anymore, which is doing us all a favor. How about just don't talk anymore, too? Rachel Ray Gunn is moving on from competitive breakdancing.
To what?
I think she moved on before the Olympics because what she did was not competitive breakdancing. She got zeros across the board.
She already had moved on, is that what you're saying? It was a moved.
37-year-old reflecting on her experience during an interview on a radio show in Australia when she revealed she was done breaking competitively, though she'll continue to do it in her personal life.
If you get zeros.
Me and my husband are going out to dinner and I just feel like breaking. I'm just going to do it right here in the restaurant. One night in the bathtub when I'm giving the kids a tubby and just look at the kangaroo thing I'm doing. Look at mom. No? Can I do it in my personal life? Just randomly feel like breaking. She says, quote, I still break, but I don't compete. You bitch, you didn't compete at the Olympics either.
You got zeros.
I'm not going to compete anymore. No, I was going to keep competing for sure, but that seems really difficult for me to do now to approach a battle. Yeah, I mean, I still dance and I still break, but that's like in my living room with my partner.
That must be fun.
Bro, you completely ruined the sport, if you want to call it that, of breakdancing. You alone, one person, there's so many people out there that have talent, and we won't know any of them. But you and your stupid kangaroo thing are forever going to be burned into our memories. You literally ruined an entire sport.
She didn't ruin it. It continues. It's just she's going to continue to break more privately as opposed to competitively.
Thank God.
I'm going to do it at the privacy of my own home.
And maybe stop doing interviews and stuff. Maybe just fade into oblivion, okay?
She's got to
let other people
pay while the sun shines, Brian.
Right.
She's got to get paid while she can.
Organizers of the New York City Marathon have now banned a running influencer, which anytime you can get rid of an influencer, that's a good thing.
Why?
Because this jagoff was being an a-hole. Typical influencer, completely unaware of the situation, right? Me, big ego. Look at me, look at my followers, look at me in the race. Yeah, they have banned him from that race and future events after he ran the marathon aided by 2 cameramen on electric bikes. Organization that runs the New York City Marathon, the New York Roadrunners, said the influencer, a guy named Matthew Choi, has now been banned for life. One of the incidents brought to the NYRR's attention was that Choi ran with the assistance of 2 unauthorized people riding the course on electric bicycles, obstructing runners. 29-year-old Choi has about 500,000 followers on social media, finished the race in 2 hours, 57 minutes, and 15 seconds, so not bad, but he was disqualified and his race results removed. So not only disqualified, but they erased you from the history books.
Because he sort of was cheating by having assistants along with him during the route?
Choi is a former football player at Monmouth University, used the people on the e-bikes to film his run so he could influence people. Big, super awesome influencer guy. Look at me on the internets. Meanwhile, doesn't give a rip about anybody else running the race.
There's other runners trying
There's
to
other
get
people,
by.
thousands of other people here, Mr. Runner Guy. Maybe do your own marathon in your own town somewhere
trying
else.
To get through.
On your own time.
Wear a GoPro.
Bikes were obstructing their view. He was being a nuisance to the other racers on the course. More than 55,000 people completing the 26.2-mile, 5-borough race on Sunday. He, to his credit, as much as I can't stand influencers, and I think people like this are douchebags, he said, quote, "I have no excuses, full stop. I was selfish on Sunday to have my brother and my videographer follow me around on e-bikes, and it had serious consequences." I hope they don't unban them. I hope they keep them banned. Teach these people a lesson. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You want to run the race? Fine. You want to wear a GoPro if that's allowed by the rules? Fine. You want to be a jag-off and bring these stupid idiots and their cameras and e-bikes and ruin everybody else's chance at winning the race or running the race?
Well, they were not allowed.
When they're not allowed, then ban. Ban, ban, ban. Ban his ass.
And disqualified for sure.
And take away his social media. No more influencing for you.
I don't think that they can do that, no.
Idiot. Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Got, is that the sun?
I know, I see it.
Is that what that is?
After 3 days, it was pretty gloomy and rainy, obviously, and I think it's...
By the way, if you appreciate that weather, it's coming back Saturday and Sunday.
I need it to dry out just a little bit. There's some leaves, and I've got 1,000 million helicopters on my back porch I'd like to sweep up before we take off, so I'm hoping things dry out a little bit today. Not too windy either, it sounds like.
Yeah, mid-50s and some sunshine, then the clouds roll back in tomorrow, and looks like rain on Saturday and Sunday. We'll get to Dorothy in a couple minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Spirit Halloween is ended. Spirit Christmas is on the way. But what fills the gap? Introducing Spirit Thanksgiving. With thousands of items to make your Turkey Day terrific. Turkey plates, turkey napkins, turkey flags, turkey candles, turkey placemats, turkey balloons, turkey tablecloths. And of course it wouldn't be Spirit without sexy Thanksgiving costumes. Like the sexy turkey.
Gobble, gobble.
Sexy pilgrim.
Oh, give thanks to those abs.
Sexy green bean casserole.
Steamy.
And sexy mashed potatoes.
Pour some gravy on me.
Spirit Thanksgiving. Coming soon to the former TGI Fridays in your neighborhood.
They want to get a Thanksgiving song, huh?
The Spirit stores waste no time moving in and taking over. Spirit Thanksgiving. It'll be here before you know it. It's actually 3 weeks from today.
I know. I told you earlier that the Starbucks winter menu is out today, so I know it's very near Thanksgiving when that happens.
Been a massive upset in a poll done by Campbell Soup, their annual Thanksgiving poll on America's favorite side dishes.
It's always mashed potatoes, isn't it?
Not anymore. And I gotta be honest, hallelujah. Because I like mashed potatoes, but they're not my favorite side dish at Thanksgiving. It's stuffing.
No, it's not. Is it really?
Wet-ass bread with spices. Give it to me. I'll eat it all day, twice on Sunday. I love it. Give me stuffing over mashed potatoes.
Here we go. Thanks anyways.
Campbell Soup releasing their annual Thanksgiving poll on America's favorite side dishes, and in a major upset, mashed potatoes not number one. It fell to number 2 this year behind stuffing. The top 5 are stuffing, mashed potatoes.
Green bean casserole.
That's 4.
Gravy? Is that a side dish? Is gravy a side dish?
3 is sweet potatoes, which is wrong. 4 is green bean casserole, which should be 3rd. Mac and cheese comes in at 5, which should be 4th. And then if you want to put sweet potatoes in the top 5, they should be 5th. 56% of Americans like Thanksgiving sides more than the entree.
Absolutely.
Shocking.
Yep.
Turkey, ham, some other sort of meat. If you're going to go with a prime rib or something like that. Or if you're vegan, you do some kind of nut loaf or whatever the hell vegans eat.
I don't think we're doing a full bird this year.
38% of people say they'd be fine to fill their plate with just side dishes.
Mm-hmm. I think
Also,
a little ham and a little turkey breast, so I still get some of that with the...
43% of adults say they will celebrate Friendsgiving this year. So rather than getting together with family, it's just friends doing some drinks and some side dishes and maybe some dips.
I'd like to have the turkey sandwich the next day. It's unnecessary.
To have the whole bird?
Yeah.
I'm bummed because we're not doing it this year. My wife's cousin is hosting. So I'll be doing the deviled eggs, which is fine, but we don't have the leftovers. And I like the leftovers. I like having the...
Of course you like the leftovers. Everybody loves the leftovers.
You know, the day after the sandwich. I like having the stuff to make the soup, all that. But here's some good news if you are getting ready to do some Thanksgiving Day shopping. Apparently, Target has announced that it lowered the price of its Thanksgiving meal to only $20, which is $5 less than last year's offering. $20 Thanksgiving meal at Target includes everything you might need for a Thanksgiving meal to feed up to 4 people. Though it did note that everything can be, quote, easily doubled to serve 8.
So is this can of cranberries that's the stuff for green bean casserole?
It includes up to a 10-pound Good and Gather premium basted young turkey that's frozen, a 5-pound bag of Good and Gather russet potatoes, Del Monte cut green beans, a Campbell's Cream of Mushroom soup can, Ocean Spray jellied cranberry sauce, stovetop turkey stuffing mix, and a Heinz home-style roasted turkey gravy. So if you want to have the generic out-of-the-box, out-of-the-jar Thanksgiving meal, apparently you can get it at Target for only $20. Which isn't bad this day and age.
Food less? I don't ever hear about that.
No butter, no rolls, no milk.
There's gaps there. But
You know, you're missing some stuff if you want the French fried onions on top of the... Yeah, desserts, all that stuff. But for $20, a 10-pound bird, up to a 10-pound bird, a bag of potatoes... Oh, and it's a 5-pound bag. I mean, that's a significant amount of taters. Mushroom soup, green beans, cranberry sauce, stuffing mix, turkey gravy.
Well, you could get the basics and then fancy it up from there.
But $20 at Target this year. You're going to get back, and then it's like, bam, you're going to have to, you're screwed. I don't know how you're going to enjoy this trip. I mean, you're going to get back on what, the 22nd? Is that when you leave, or is that when you get back?
I don't know, dude. I think we leave on the 22nd, and I think I don't know what happens.
So you're not even getting back till the 24th or 25th?
23rd, I think.
So you're going to have to get back, unpack, laundry, get yourself situated with the house, and then bam, it's Thanksgiving, and you got to have all them crazy people at your house. Are you doing it at your house with all the crazy people you do?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you're screwed. You're not even going to be able to enjoy life.
And I think we have a cross-country banquet to celebrate the end of the season on Monday night, the 25th, that I have to make a dish for.
I'm going to have to take a nap for you. You're not going to be able to afford a nap. You're not going to be able to get one. Well, you really effed up on this trip. And you haven't gone yet.
Stop. Stop.
It'll be fine, right?
It's going to be fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, there won't be any rushing around on the 25th and 26th, getting ready for Thanksgiving and banquets and back to work. And there won't be a lot of emails to answer.
Right. Animals and houses and cleaning and stuff.
Laundry, cleaning.
It's going to be fine.
Who knows what kind of major disaster is going to happen with Lori living in your house?
Stop. It'll be fine. Everything's fine.
What happens if your daughter gets a hangnail and there's blood? Lori can't help.
I know my dog's got this thing on her right now that requires bandages and antibiotics, and she passing out. I'm passing out.
She's going to be the one needing the weed and the THC gummies and stuff.
Passing out.
All right. Green Day now.
Rock mornings on your rock station.
Green Day with Holiday on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Got a text from Ryan. Said there are THC drinks that help with knocking you out. There's one at Woodman's called Higher Vibes that within an hour I'm out for the night and no high feelings. You got a couple days. Maybe run out there, pick up a bottle tonight.
Do some sampling.
See how it works. Maybe pair it with one of your little orange pills.
I don't think I'm doing that.
Paul texted in, said, is Gene going to join the Mile High Club? I said, doubtful. I'm speaking for you. He said, might help her relax on the flight. Yeah. Being crammed into a bathroom with your underpants around your knees.
Plane full of people.
With a plane full of people on a 13-hour flight to Germany that all know what you're doing. That'll relax her. Yeah. Thank you, honey. Thank you for relaxing.
Yeah,
me.
Did we get arrested? And now we're in some sort of international jail?
Now you're in some German gulag?
Thanks.
Yeah.
No, thanks. No, thank you.
Doc texted in the video of Ryan Reynolds. This was from last election where he was begging Americans not to come to Canada. He basically saying, we don't even let Canadians in anymore. Yeah, people apparently are trying to move to Canada again.
Or they're saying they are.
Yeah, good luck. Brenda texted in and said, you're going to have her sleeping the whole flight with all your stuff. And I think that's the idea, right? Jean doesn't want to be awake for it. If she could sleep through I told you this. I'm in 100% agreement. I don't want to get on a plane.
And if you could sleep through it, that would be
If you could knock me out before I get on the plane or right before it takes off and I sleep the whole time.
Wake you up when it's over?
I'll pay extra for that. You want to start charging extra for things? Let's talk about that. I don't need to check an extra bag. I don't need leg room. I don't need a window seat. I don't even need a seat. Put me in the basement of the plane, knock my ass out, and wake me up when we get there. I'll be more than happy to fly that way. I'll fly the friendly skies every day of the week. Twice on Sunday. Give it to me.
Required nap.
And if the plane goes down, I'm asleep. Who cares? I slept through the whole thing. It's great. I'm fine with that. Put an anesthesiologist right at the front. Would you like some? Yes. I would, actually. Thank you. Are you trained? I don't even care.
Mask. Put that on.
You know how I feel about these back alley butt, implants and all that stuff and at-home dentistry. I don't even care if it's a licensed anesthesiologist. If they got the gas and they want to put it on my face, I might take a hit of it. Can I get through the flight? Yes. Then I'm in. Brenda said, I've never flown in a big plane, so I don't know how I would react. She does like small planes.
Thanks, Brenda. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't think you can take a twin prop engine across the ocean.
The small one from here to Chicago. I've never been on a big one either.
Tom texted in, CBD gummies for the win. When I can't sleep, I take one and it works like a charm. But how long does it knock you out? I mean, like when you're sleeping, does Mike got to throw an extra one in there every couple of hours? Like,
Well, and I can't be snoring and annoying everyone else on the plane.
If you're snoring, whatever. It's the talkative kid. It's the unruly passenger. Snoring, whatever. We'll deal with snoring. It's fun. Snoring is funny, unless you're trying to sleep as well.
I'm
next to the person that's snoring. Snoring, like when you're awake
just
on a plane,
bit.
Hilarious. The guy, this guy, laughing the whole time. So funny. Courtney texted in and said the whole plane full of passengers should be unconscious. No incidents. There you go. Just put it in the air vents, put the masks on, and we all pass out and get us there safely.
The flight crew would like that. Less snacks and
I don't need
beverage
any snacks.
cart.
You don't need to come by.
No beverage cart.
Put a diaper on me, and I'll be fine. 13 hours.
IV, so
I don't even need it. No, I don't need to wake up.
Dehydrated or
I'll figure that out when I get off the plane.
Less jet lag, a nice IV of knockout juice.
Offspring coming up in just a bit. Also, Bad News, Happy Music, and Office Cora going to join us to talk about things happening around the 715 this weekend.
More of your rock mornings coming up in just a bit.
That's Jean's theme song as I continue to needle her about her upcoming trip to Germany. Got to get away. Looking forward to getting away from me?
No, not necessarily.
Lordy, what the hell's her name?
That's
is
good
Lord,
enough.
Lordy.
Lord.
Look who's 28.
And we'll never be royal.
Yeah, that girl. She's 28. The Royals girl. 28 years old. Lordy?
Happy birthday.
Lord. Marcus Luttrell is 49. You know him as the lone survivor, played by Mark Wahlberg in the movie. He's got his own show. It's on the Blaze, I believe. American hero, Marcus Luttrell, 49 years old. You know anything about him? All right. Just Google him. It's an American hero. Marcus Luttrell, 49 years old today. What?
Marcus Luttrell, I was just repeating.
Luttrell. Marcus Luttrell. Robin Fink, former guitarist for Nine Inch Nails, 53. Greg Trebet, the guitarist for Mudvayne, 56. Tommy Thayer, guitarist and lead singer for Kiss from 2002 to 2023, 64. He was the spaceman. Started out like painting Gene's house. Did you hear about it? Do you know his story at all? I read it this morning. It was kind of interesting. I didn't know. there's been, obviously several members of KISS in and out here and there, but I had no idea about his time with KISS, and apparently he started out like
as a house painter.
Well, he just kind of like helping the band, like doing stuff for him. They must have known, and he like would go get their groceries and paint their house, and then eventually like he started like organizing their tours and doing this and that and the other thing, and then he was teaching some of the members like Ace Frehley how to play their parts when they came back to the band after being gone for so long, and then eventually he just became a part of the band. They hang around long enough. Yeah, Tommy Thayer. 64. Christopher Knight is 67. Which Brady was
Christopher Knight is Greg?
No.
Peter.
There you go. He's the one that got married to the gal from the modeling show.
Uh-huh.
And then subsequently divorced from the girl from the modeling show. Morgan Spurlock would have been 54. He was born on this day in 1970. He died earlier this year when he lost his battle with cancer in May. The Super Size Me guy. Ate McDonald's for 30 days.
That's right, yeah.
Dana Plato, born on this day in 1964.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some.
She died in 1999. She played Kimberly Drummond on Different Strokes. She overdosed on painkillers. Not quite sure if they're the same kind of meds you take when you go on a 13-hour flight to Germany, but
probably not. Probably not.
1944. 80 years ago today. It's that time of year, Gene.
Mm-hmm.
Franklin Roosevelt won an unprecedented fourth term in office, beating a guy by the name of Thomas E. Dewey. After FDR, they set up the 2-term limit for president.
Yeah, you can't just keep winning and winning and winning.
Well, if you're that good at being the president. Maybe it was the competition, right? Maybe they didn't have stiff enough competition. Maybe that was the deal. On this day in 1965, the very first Pillsbury Doughboy commercial debuted. You have to ask his consent before you touch his belly now?
Nobody did. They just reached out and touched him.
He loved it, too. Every time. There is nothing scarier than when you're trying to open up one of those stupid crescent roll things. Pow! That thing just opens
I know.
up.
Do you do it with
spoon or twist? Spoon? It doesn't matter how you do it.
Do you do it on the edge of the counter, or do you do it
doesn't
with the back
matter
of
how
a
you do
spoon?
it. That thing pops open and
or the
it's
knife.
like a Jack in the Box.
I use the back of a spoon usually.
Usually the spoon. Usually I just twist it.
Or
pops.
twist.
Yeah, I just usually twist. I don't do it very often, but when I do open up a roll of those,
you'll never
crescent,
know when it's happening.
Just pops open.
Surprises you.
1981. Ozzy releasing his second solo album, Diary of a Madman, featuring Flying High Again and Over the Mountain. Did pretty well. 1986, the movie Sid and Nancy in theaters about Sid Vicious, Sex Pistols, death of his girlfriend Nancy. Gary Oldman played Sid Vicious in that movie. 1991, 33 years ago today, Pee Wee Herman pled no contest to charges of very indecent exposure.
Heard any good jokes lately? What was that one? Oh, so funny I forgot to laugh.
He, of course, was arrested in a Sarasota, Florida movie theater, exposing himself. Very weird mugshot when you grew up watching Pee Wee.
For sure.
But made a good comeback. The guy likes to whack off.
Yeah, he was.
Who doesn't?
Kind of. I mean, he was an original. An absolute original. And unlike anyone else at the time, kind of ahead of his time.
Also on this day in 1991.
Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers today.
Magic Johnson announcing that he had tested positive for HIV and that he would retire from basketball. He did, however, come back 3 times.
Mm-hmm. When was that? When was his retirement?
1991.
91.
33 years ago.
Yeah,
today.
and he's still doing just
He's
fine.
like an owner of the Dodgers now and
but
part
that
owner.
seemed like an imminent death for him.
In
And
the 80s, if you got AIDS or HIV, you were dead.
And he's now, look at this. He's 33 years later.
29 years ago today, 1995, Alice in Chains releasing their self-titled third album, which most people call Tripod because of the 3-legged dog on the cover. This one was pretty big. It featured Grind and Heaven Beside You, Again, Over Now. It's a pretty damn good album. A couple of years later, in 1997, a movie about bugs. Interstellar bugs. Outer space bugs. made its way into theaters. You probably know it better as Starship Troopers.
Would you like to know more?
Would you like to know more?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of boobies in that movie. No? All right. 2000, the album Straight Up in stores. We're going to hear from that album in just a bit, actually. It was Snot's second album, a tribute to their late lead singer Lynn Straits, who passed away, and it featured collaborations with all sorts of new metal bands like Korn and Seven Dust and Limp Bizkit and Soulfly and just, 2003, massive movie in theaters on this day. Kind of early, but suppose it's the holiday season. Elf. In theaters on this day in 2003.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? Put that down.
Hello? Hello?
Poppy wants to see you. That movie's 21 years old.
So many great lines. I got that blow-up elf last year that lights up that I put out on my front porch.
Yeah.
It was a good purchase.
And 2016, Janet Reno died at the age of 78.
So how does it feel to be interviewed by the Attorney General of the United States? The job you only dreamed about having. It must feel like crap.
Janet Reno dance party.
Speaking of Will Ferrell. And there you go. Some stuff that happened on November 7th, along with some birthdays. And we were going to talk to Office Cora, but apparently she's not feeling well. So we're going to do that without her. We're going to take a look at what's happening around the 715 in just a bit.
Rock Mornings. On air, online, on the app.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. And right around this time on Thursdays, we normally talk to Office Cora about what's happening in the 715 this weekend, but unfortunately, she's not feeling too well. So Gene's going to fill in for Office Cora.
I am.
And tell us what's going on around the 715 this weekend.
You're going to like this one.
All right.
Now, you can do it on multiple days, it looks like, but I'm going to tell you about Saturday.
Oh, you can do it, can you?
You can on multiple days, because I think they have it on Friday as well. But
I like to do it on multiple days.
This is for Saturday the 9th.
So this Saturday.
This Saturday. And like I said, if it works better for you on Friday, I believe there's a opportunity to do it.
Well, what is it? Let's get to it here. Stop telling me about how many days I can do it. Tell me what it is. What am I doing?
Yoga.
Goat yoga! You didn't even prep me.
Goat yoga.
I would have been ready with the goat.
All levels of yoga sessions, so even beginners.
Oh,
gentle stretches, and then you're being nuzzled and nudged.
That sounds like some kind of like mid-20s pseudo romance porn.
Gentle stretches.
Hey, did you pick up your latest copy of Gentle Stretches?
No,
actually, I didn't. Did you?
I was trying.
I paired it with a $2 bottle of wine in a bath. It was great.
I was trying to do you so you're not like doing real aerobic things.
I can't, dude. I fart too much.
But you're being
that's so wimpy. Come on, give it all you got. Go!
Nuzzled by playful goats.
Hell yeah. And they jump off you, right? They jump all over the place.
Yeah, they're all over the
They
place.
got fainting goats? I like fainting goats. Those goats are
just
hilarious.
as playful goats.
All right, playful goats. Where is goat yoga happening?
Hidden Timber Soul Sanctuary, and I think there's a couple different times on Saturday, by the way.
Is there a cost attached to it? Probably $10.
Laughs and yoga, and I think there's a cost attached.
Bring BYOM. Bring your own mat and do some goat yoga with tender touches. What is it called? Gentle touches?
You can be nuzzled.
Nuzzled by gentle touches?
Or nudged. Nudged and nuzzled.
It's either a weird, cheap romance novel or it's some kind of baby wipe.
Gentle stretches with nudge.
All right, gentle stretches, not touches.
Nozzle.
All right, so stretches, yeah. Dude, I am not gentle at all. Ask my wife. She'll tell you. That's not my forte.
Nudged and nuzzled.
How do Irish people practice foreplay?
I don't know.
Brace yourself, woman. There you go. That's gentle.
And then on Saturday, if you want to do some shopping, you know how we've got we got Bestie Fest down here with vendors.
Yeah, so there's Bestie Fest at the Stony Creek Conference Center in Onalaska. What do they got up there in the 715?
They got a fall vendor extravaganza. This is at the Metropolis Resort. I think it's that water park.
Metropolis.
That you stayed at too, didn't you, one time?
Yeah, we did. They got a water park in there,
That
and they've got they got an indoor go-kart place, and it's wild.
Kind of like the Dells, but
yeah, it's right off the side of the road, the highway there, so you can't beat it.
Well,
and they got a big ass restaurant attached to it too. We didn't eat at the restaurant; we were only there for one night, but we went up there and stayed there, and yeah.
So on Saturday, they've got tons of vendors, crafters. There's food to choose from, and it starts at 10 and it goes until 3.
All right.
So you can start your Christmas shopping earlier at the fall vendor.
If you're
market.
looking for more events in the 715. Just head to aroundthe715.com.
There is a ton of karaoke and DJ trivia and, quiz trivia and all those things that you like to go out and do. There's a bunch of that.
They also at aroundthe715.com, if you're very interested in this stuff, and I know a lot of people are, they highlight veteran-owned businesses in that area. It's right there at the top, so you can click on that, and they've got the most recent one is Reese Anderson, Navy veteran, owner of A. Anderson Jewelers in downtown Chippewa Falls, serving his country and crafting fine jewelry. You can find out more about him and other veteran-owned businesses in the 715.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jean, for filling in for Office Cora. I hope she feels better. We'll talk to her next week, assuming she feels better. Soft touches? What is it? Gentle stretches?
It's gentle stretching with nudges and nuzzling.
Gentle stretches.
With the double ends.
So it's
Would you like to be
Netflix and chill, Hulu and do you, and gentle touches and $2 chucks. Chutches. Stretches. There we go. As I mentioned, on this day in 2000, the second Snot album came out. It was more of a compilation / tribute album than it was a Snot album, but paying homage to their late singer Lynn Straight, who passed away, by inviting a bunch of their friends to come in and sing tunes and do just awesome collaborations. This is my favorite one. It's Angel Sun at 7 Dust.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
From the Straight Up album from 2000, that is 7 Dust with Angel Sun.
That's a good one.
Love that tune.
Oh, you were telling me earlier.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene.
As they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
I love this story.
You said we're going to talk hockey.
We are going to talk hockey. You got a clean Google?
Now I do.
Justin, Justin, Pender, Pender. Justin Pender.
He's a Canadian hockey player.
Justin Pender of the Clarenville Ford Caribous received a 3-game suspension from league officials. Pender and one of the fans involved may also be banned from entering the town-owned arena, according to the mayor. So not only did the league suspend this guy for 3 games, but they might kick him and a fan out of the town-owned arena for good, according to the mayor. What happened?
He punched him.
He did. He beat the crap out of him. And you know what, dude? You deserve it as a fan. You deserve. You want to go where the players are, and you want to run your mouth.
What'd he do?
Security camera footage shows 4 males making their way to the hallway entrance beneath the arena bleachers. Now, if you've ever been in a hockey arena, you know the hell's I'm looking for? The shower room. The
locker room?
Locker room, thank you. The locker room tends to be, especially in small town arenas, it tends to be underneath where the stands are, right? And the players come off the ice and they go in there. So the fans, if you're walking down the hallway to go from one end of the arena to the other, underneath where the stands are, you're in the hallway where the players are coming in and out as well. So these guys went down there looking for the players. They went down there to mess around. And they FO'd. They did. These guys are making their way down the hallway to the entrance beneath the arena bleachers where the dressing rooms are located. One of the fans, a guy named John Drover, can be seen gesturing at Pender.
Like gesturing?
As the players enter the hallway from the ice surface. Pender stops and throws the broken shaft of his stick at the fans, where it lands harmlessly at Drover's feet. Pender then starts walking aggressively towards the fans, fully clad in his hockey gear, very upset from an earlier outburst on the ice in which he confronted the opposing team's bench and then smashed the stick on the leg of an opposing player as an official was escorting Pender off the ice. So this guy is a hothead. He's probably the goon on the team.
Yep.
Video of that on-ice skirmish has now been shared widely on social media. So Drover, standing his ground as Pender is getting closer and closer, keeps egging this guy on and saying stuff to him. Pender just said, you know what, here we go. Starts punching the guy. And then it kind of moves off screen where you can't see it on camera anymore.
But he's still punching him?
Oh, he punched the hell out of this guy's face. Pender, by the way, the hockey player, declined comment when he was contacted by the news outlet there. But John Drover, the fan who received the punches, had a few things to say. Drover said, quote, "It is what it is." Said it was a spur-of-the-moment decision to taunt Pender that stemmed from the fact that Pender was targeting his childhood friends on the ice. So this guy must be friends with some of the guys on the other team, and he was upset at Pender for his on-ice actions and decided to antagonize him, and then went down to see about a horse, and he ate a couple of fists for his troubles. Drover said he has no regrets about his actions and said, quote, "Someone needs to take care of a fellow like that."
I don't know, man. He throws that stick, and then he comes running down the hallway, and he's wearing his full
everything,
uniform,
skates,
everything,
gloves, yes, all the pads.
He throws his helmet off and just starts wailing on this guy's face.
I give that guy credit, though, the fan, for not having any kind of equipment on. He ate a couple of punches, and is still living to tell the tale.
In the face! In the face!
Well, it sounds like management's kind of behind him to some degree. He's been a great player and a great ambassador for our team.
Well, and again, if you're a fan and you go towards the locker room and you start talking trash, you're going to get what's coming to you, especially in Canada with hockey players.
And this guy being a goon.
They carry around sticks and they wear knives on their feet.
He throws a broken stick
I know.
right at him.
It's the one that he hit the other guy with on the ice. It's great. You're going to get what you deserve when you go down to the locker room.
So he was ejected, and then they went down there to taunt him. So he's obviously already angry and upset, and oh man, he comes running down that hallway like a machine at those guys.
Reminiscent of the big bad,
away.
Reminiscent of the big bad Bruins back in the 70s, going over the glass into the stands and beating up fans. Love it. You love to see it. Malice in the Palace. You got people throwing drinks at NBA players. What do you think's going to happen, man? You're going to come up to the stands and kick your ass. Friggin' Sports, brought to you by Canadian Hockey. There's nothing like it. Daughtry in just a bit, plus bad news, happy music. Stick around.
Rock Mornings, only on 95.7 The Rock.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
In the realm of we're not going to make it, we're doomed. Billions of dollars spent on the election. Some people were apparently surprised at who was running.
Who was running?
Google searches for "Did Joe Biden drop out?" surged during Election Day.
I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation. You know, there is a time and a place for long years of experience.
Blah, 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 blah. He dropped out like... He dropped out, what, 2-3 months ago? When was it?
July.
July? Yeah. Internet searches for "Did Joe Biden drop out?" jumped on election night, suggesting that some Americans had no idea that the current president was not running again. The spike began at 6 a.m. on Election Day.
How?
And continued to rise over the course of the day until reaching its peak at midnight on Wednesday, according to Google Trends. This is not some wacky website. This is actual Google Trends. After a brief drop overnight, searches for the questions again spike at 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning.
How?
Prior to Election Day, searches for "Did Joe Biden drop out?" were minimal. News of the spike in Google searches shared to Twitter, where social media users were stunned. Someone said, "OMG, I hate it here." Somebody else said, "This is crazy." And yes. Somebody else said, "I'm honestly envious of those people."
How do you...
Happiest people on earth.
Are they cave
The text, the
dwellers?
calls.
Cave dwellers?
You must live in a cabin somewhere.
Maybe it's
without
like,
mail service.
A fortress of some sort where they don't have.
Maybe
internet,
it's like that movie where they buy a property and they all live there. The Village. Maybe it's like The Village.
The
and they
walls and the barbed wire, and no news goes in, nothing comes out.
We're doomed. Billions of dollars spent on the election on both sides, and people are still Googling, "Did Joe Biden drop out?" On the day of the election, no less. Not a couple weeks ago. Not in September.
Mm-hmm.
No. You got an air fryer?
We do.
It's spying on you, apparently. Throw it out.
Everything's spying on you.
Phones,
my Alexa.
TVs,
So's
Alexa,
my phone.
neighbors, FBI.
Yeah. So why is my air fryer? It cares what I'm doing with my egg rolls?
The magazine, UK Consumers Association, the magazine done by the UK Consumers Association, reports that its test of air fryers revealed that the gadgets were sharing user data with third parties for marketing purposes. So yeah, they're telling on you to China.
I don't care. They're telling what
the
I'm
apps
cooking?
for the new smart models and its roundup all wanted permission to record audio through the user's phones during setup.
Mine's not that high tech.
One wanted to know gender and date of birth when setting up an owner account. Air fryer found to be connected with trackers from Facebook, Prangle, the ad network of TikTok for business, and Chinese tech giant Tencent. So not only is your phone and your Alexa and your Siri and everything else spying on you, but now your air fryer. You just want to get some crispy leftover fries.
Yeah, mine doesn't hook up to anything. It's not a smart air fryer. I just plug it in, turn it on. That's it.
And it's spying on you. Yeah, your air fryer. Air fryers spying on you.
I can see you. I can see you.
Here's a guy that maybe just wanted to test the limits of what unlimited means. And that kind of seems what it is here, because when you do the math, it seems almost impossible that you could actually drive this much. You think about a buffet, bottomless mimosas. What does that mean? I ran into some girls one time at Dell's, and they tested the limits of the bottomless mimosa, and one of them
hit
the bottom and was trying to make a comeback, and she wasn't going to make a comeback.
Well, kind of like the endless breadsticks. What does that mean? Does that mean endless?
If I want to sit here all day and eat breadsticks, that's what unlimited breadsticks. It's like shrimp. Red Lobster found out. They F-A-F-O'd. They F'd around and found out that endless shrimp for some people means endless shrimp.
A lot of shrimp.
And they had to close a bunch of locations and go bankrupt because of that. Well, Hertz is about to find out because this guy was testing his unlimited rental. Dude is going viral on TikTok. He got into an argument with a Hertz rental employee.
You're going to charge this to $10,000 to my credit.
Yes.
When this literally, that's not even allowed. But I never
You
signed.
show me where it says I can't charge it.
It literally says to refer to this if there's anything extra. I've never signed anything saying that I could only go 100 miles a day or anything like that, or that I would have to pay more.
Right. But you also never, like you said earlier,
You just agreed, right? I never have signed that.
You've never signed anything that's in that. But you also never signed anything saying we allowed you to drive 25,000
No,
miles.
unlimited is 100,000 miles.
No, it is not.
25,000 miles in 1 month. Yeah. You ready? Here we go. Unlimited miles in his contract. The guy drove 25,000 miles in 1 month on his rental car from Hertz. The employee said they'd be charging him $10,000 because driving 25,000 miles was unreasonable. The guy, of course, arguing that the contract said the mileage was unlimited, but the employee argued that the contract didn't prevent them from charging more in this case. While the clip, of course, went viral, Hertz National, their company, found out about it and apologized to the guy. They said that unlimited is unlimited, so they removed the $10,000 charge. It's crazy, though, when you do the math.
I was just
20.
okay.
Here we go. You put your phone down.
Okay.
25,000 miles.
Yes.
In 1 month would be more than 800 miles per day.
Well, yeah.
Which is around 16 hours of 50 miles per hour every day. Did you get that?
I did. He's driving 16 hours a day. If he's going to keep
50
that
miles per hour every day.
So you're going faster than that. Maybe it's 6 hours a day of driving. Every day, though.
It's so tight that it seems like he could have been using it for an Uber, maybe. But they have, like, rules, right? Where you got to upload what kind of car you got and all that stuff and VIN numbers and everything. So they...
food, DoorDash, maybe?
Maybe he was sharing it with another person to maximize the unlimitedness of the contract. By the way, it's about 2,500 miles from coast to coast. So he could have done 5 full round trips from New York to California and back.
In that month?
In that 1 month with 25,000 miles.
Maybe he did. Maybe he went on a hella road trip.
Maybe he did. 25,000 miles in 1 month. more than 800 miles a day, 16 hours of 50 miles per hour every day. It's crazy.
Maybe he was smuggling drugs.
He's a mule.
Yes, maybe he was a mule.
Maybe he doesn't want to fly because he can't get the anesthesiologist. He's got places to be.
He's got to be places.
Hashtag Florida man arrested for punching
a baby.
A police horse.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, I've seen videos of stuff like that.
Guy from Florida named
good.
Emmanuel Jones arrested for punching a Jacksonville Sheriff's Office horse after the Georgia-Florida game this past Saturday. Isn't that where all them fights were in the stands? The Georgia-Florida game? What the hell is going on down there? Officers are trying to maintain order after the game when Emmanuel reportedly walked up and punched the horse in the face. Unclear why. Officers grabbed Emmanuel. He was still shadow boxing and swinging his arms around. One of the officers struck him in the face, and then he was forced to the ground and cuffed. He was charged with causing harm to a police animal, disorderly intoxication, endangering others, and resisting arrest.
Taking him back to Nevada where he's wanted for banging horses.
Maybe not banging, but beating up them horses. Did not mention the condition of the horse, so I'm guessing it's okay.
Probably. It survived.
Punch that horse in the face.
Ugh, dumb.
Big stupid horse. And last but not least, in the most obvious news of all time, the first thing you do when you get internet is go look at porn. And that's what the North Korean military is doing now that they're in Russia and they have access to internet. The Pentagon responding that claims that the North Korean troops sent to Russia to bolster Vladimir Putin's forces are consuming online pornography as they now have less restricted internet access. U.S. Department of Defense Major Charlie Dietz said he couldn't verify any North Korean internet habits or virtual, quote, extracurriculars that were taking place in Russia. He said, as far as internet access is concerned, that's a question best directed to Moscow. Right now, our attention remains on supporting Ukraine and addressing the more significant regional security concerns. They're not concerned about North Korea's porn usage. Obviously, the internet, very restricted, state-controlled in North Korea, but as soon as they get to Russia and get that sweet, sweet free internet...
It's a taste of freedom.
Give me all the porn you got.
Yeah.
Give it to me. Porn is undefeated. #1 business in the world.
They've heard about it. I've heard some things about it, but I haven't been able to consume it.
You can get in big trouble in North Korea if you got porn on your phone. But you go to Russia, they can't keep track of you. I'm on Russian internet, baby. Give me that good stuff. Just as soon as they cross the border. Give me your phone, quick. I need it. Why? John, I got to call my mom. Just give it to me. Don't look. Don't look. How do you get them secret browsers on Google? How do you get one of them?
I'll be back in about 7 minutes.
7 minutes?
I don't know.
Was he doing it 3 times?
2 times.
Jeez. I'm impressed at the reload speed here. North Korean troops marching into Russia. Don't care about helping Russian Vladimir Putin people. Just got to get that porn. I'll sign up. I'll go. Can I go to Russia over here? We get phones with that, right? Computer, laptop, tablet, something? Something that has internet access. What do you got? I'll take one of them watches. You got to watch?
Cross the border. Get out of here.
Yeah. The moment they crossed into Russia. Porn. Hammer the porn
They
button.
took 5 steps that way.
Yeah, that was it. That's all it took. Bad news, happy music. On Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene, we'll get to our daily check-ins after AC/DC.
Rock Mornings, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9. Call.
Hello?
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Hit up the website, rockmornings.com, for all our contact info. Find our social media feeds. Subscribe to our podcast. Listen to the show live on the website. Register to win contests like Workforce Wednesday and Date Night on Fridays. rockmornings.com. Got a text from Dean just a moment ago.
What did Dean have to say today?
Well, we were talking about the Hertz guy, 25,000 miles in 1 month.
Which is very, very impressive.
Dean texted in and said, check out the Iron Butt Motorcycle Ride Challenges. I've heard of these before. Guys ride 1,000 miles a day for a whole month on their motorcycles. have an article in the Hog magazine of a guy from BRF that did it. BRF, Black River Falls.
Wow, that's impressive.
1,000 miles a day for a whole month.
That is impressive. That's basically what this guy did with his car.
Travis texted in and said, pretty sure I saw those porn movies on Skinamax. Gentle touches.
Nudging and nuzzling.
Slight, gentle spreading. What was it called?
Stretching.
The wimpy goat thing. It was gentle stretches. Soft stretches.
With some nuzzling.
Brian, I have a great story for Gene on a long flight. I was coming home from Hawaii. I took prescription sleep medication. On the commercials, you know how they talk about side effects like walking amnesia? I had that really bad. I drank a beer at the airport, took this drug before getting on the plane. I barely made it on the plane because I was so out of it. I was like blackout drunk, talking about wanting an effing cheeseburger and stumbling. I made it to my seat, passed out for the entire plane ride. My wife and I laugh about that story 10 years later.
Well, you laugh about it now because it all worked out. Can you imagine being the one that's like the Ambien? Like, I'm saying things, I'm doing things, I'm walking places, I'm opening doors.
Yeah, you don't want to be that person. But how do you control that, right? I mean, you have a reaction to the drug and not my fault.
Am I trying to open up the
Yeah. I just saw another guy. Did you see the guy that got his ass beat?
He did get his ass beat.
Oh, they beat the brakes off that guy.
Well, he tried to open up the emergency
I know,
chute.
I love it. I love it. They didn't just try to hold him down and tape him to the seat. They were out for blood. And I love that. I love it. You're going to learn today, bro. You're going to learn.
I'm glad that went
We
well
don't care
you.
about your problems. You're going to learn.
Yeah, that's scary.
Mike texted in earlier. Mike and actually a couple of people texted in and said, Gene's never been on a big one before.
I've never been on a big one either. I haven't. It's a true statement.
You've never been on a big one before?
I've never been on a big one either.
Kyle also texted in and said, 7:53. I've never been on a big one. Gene. Yeah, she did say that.
I've never been on a big one either.
She also said this earlier this morning.
I needed to dry out just a little bit.
To what?
Well, I was trying to tell you that I need to sweep up all of the millions. I needed to dry out just a little bit. Helicopters that have fallen in my backyard, on my patio.
You can't sweep them when they're wet?
It's much more challenging. I needed to dry out just a little bit in order to sweep my helicopters.
All right, well, you say things and you pay the price.
I like the goo.
You like the goo, huh? Don't you like the goo?
Man, that's weird and hard.
Oh, jeez. What the hell's going on?
It's a hard one, Shaw.
Yeah, hard from the beginning.
Comes out hard right from the beginning. The big ones often do.
You wouldn't know. You've never been on a big one, apparently.
No, this is my first.
Jim said, make sure you get up and stretch, avoid blood clots.
I heard about
very
that.
Long flight.
I heard about that.
Thanks for helping Jean feel more comfortable. Now she's got to do calisthenics and
compression socks or something. I don't know.
Courtney said the whole plane full of passengers should be unconscious. No incidents.
See? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's the sleeping flight.
Put it in the air. You know the air thing above the seat? You turn that on with the light and the ding ding?
Yes.
You put it in that and everybody falls asleep. No problems. I would consent to that. And if you want to get on a flight that doesn't, then good for you.
Hey, I always liked laughing gas at the dentist's office.
We got a whole bunch of other texts. I don't have a ton of time to read through them. Ryan said THC drinks knock you out if you want to try that.
Sure.
I think you're a little late in the game to start trying new things. You just got to run with what you got. Dance with who you brought to the prom, all that stuff. Eric said sedation aviation. You're onto something. I know I am.
I think so too.
They offer you options for everything.
They should
everything. Leg room, extra bags.
Yes.
Window seat.
Yes.
Upgrade to premium, right? They want to get your money. If you're willing to pay for it and they've got a licensed professional.
And you're an adult.
And you're an
you
adult.
Can sign the form.
I know exactly what this means. I want to get passed out for the 8 hours and wake me up when we get there. Ta-da! I got put to, this is my problem. Like I said, I got put to sleep for 18 minutes. So they could give me a colonoscopy. 18 minutes.
Well, and they give you enough. They give you the amount of drugs that you're gonna need for the time frame.
I felt gypped. I was like, I went into this thinking I was gonna get an hour nap, and I only got 18 minutes.
And then they brought you back. They were like, okay, it's time to.
I woke up from it. I'm like, that's it. This sucks. Now I got to go back home and take another nap. Without the sedation. This one put me to sleep.
Okay, this flight is 8 hours and 50 minutes. We're going to have everybody sleep for about 7.
Yeah, I'll spend, hour and a half, a little drink, a little stretch, a little bathroom break, maybe a little snacky snack. The rest of the time, just knock my ass out, and I'll pay for it, and I'll sign up for it, and I'll whatever waiver you want. Sedation aviation. I'd be down for that.
I like it.
What the hell do I need to be awake for? What am I? They're not going to ask me to fly the plane.
No, you
I have
no
zero
job.
purpose.
No job.
Right. I'm just there to get to the other place. Somebody else is doing all the work. Let them do it.
Agreed.
Send somebody fly the plane. No, can't. Sorry. Asleep.
We're all napping back here.
All right. Thanks for checking in this morning. Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.